Welcome aboard. We're on episode number 21. Now, I got another great one for you. And before we get started, I just want to let you know, I just want to spend some time with you all today. It's a special show. We have one guest, and we have me just kind of recapping and speaking with you all just for a moment. First, I want to thank you all so much for joining me on these episodes. We're all the way up to 21 already, which is a great feat. Thank you very much for the platform, for giving me this opportunity. Really do appreciate Lux Media and all that you do and all that you've done for me and the people. We've had an opportunity to educate, evaluate, demonstrate, and articulate what it's like going through this pandemic for you and with you. And it's been a wonderful experience. I also want to share that I do have a platform on YouTube. And the platform is all about positive vibes. And many of you who've been viewing for these past 20 episodes into the 21st, have given us a shot. And I do appreciate that. You've come over, you've experienced positive vibes that we're pushing out. And it's not all me, it's about the viewership over there as well. Because now that I'm realizing, having had a mentor like my sister, Wendy Williams, of the nationally syndicated talk show host, Wendy Williams Show, as a mentor and a sister and confidant, so to speak. I've gotten a chance to see that none of this can be possible without viewership and without the help of you all. Giving me encouragement, giving me the desire to get on here week after week, also giving me the confidence to push forward and just speak my mind and also bring on guests and have conversation. Life gets hectic sometimes, and I am a family guy and working stiff, and I'm a regular person who just does regular things and real emotion. It's not easy, but in life you do have to push through. So this is just a day dedicated to the realness. I really do appreciate my guests that have been coming on. I know that many of my guests, and if not all of them, have been watching the show and have been following it, encouraging others to support and watch the show on the various platforms. We appreciate you all. We do have a show this evening for you all, and this show is going to be conducted by myself, Tommy Williams. And my guest is going to be none other than a fellow by the name of Maurice Thompson. Maurice Thompson is not just a guest, he's also a cousin. Relative on my dad's side. Pretty interesting fellow. This fellow, similar to myself, he does a program for kids. It's all about our future. His walk wasn't easy, and he's going to share some things about himself. Before we bring him on, because I told him, I said I need a little time because I just want to speak with you all and kind of have a little preemptness before the show. He's a good person, and just like everybody, he comes with layers, and I really do appreciate guests that come on the show, especially when they are candid and frank about their walk and about their lives. And things aren't easy. We talked about mental health. That's a big piece of this show, whether you all have been seeing that and noticing the emphasis that I place on mental health. I think every show I have, I'm discussing some degree or some element of mental health. It's a very important component in life that people address, and some people don't want to address it. It's not easy to address. Many times you just want to move on. You realize that we're here on borrowed time, and you just kind of want to just push along and push things aside and try to get on with the business and do your best at camouflaging the big monster in the room. which many times is yourself. So hopefully by having some of the guests on that we've had, you know, you all have been able to kind of take a step back, look at oneself. I know I have. I've been able to realize, you know, what you might be lacking or what you might be strong at. And, you know, be able to organize or figure out a path or a journey for yourself that makes sense. Because everybody has to address their mental health at some point. It's a need. And not only do you do it for yourself, but you do it for your family, you do it for your neighbors, you do it for your strangers at the bus stop or the supermarket. It's necessary. So folks, with that, thank you very much for engaging with me. I really look forward to this show this evening. I really look forward just for taking a moment out. Again, you can find my YouTube channel at Tommy Williams on YouTube. We have a lot of merchandise there. You can find it at Teesprings, teesprings.com. And you can just type in Tommy Williams and you can find the merchandise. I have hats, I have hoodies, I have masks, I have morning time mugs, and I have t-shirts in all arrays of colors and things. And so, you know, we have the summertime coming up, approaching fast, and all those things work out fantastically. You know, there's something for everyone there. Make great gifts too. So, all right. Other than that, you could also find me on Instagram. My Instagram is Tommy Williams. What is it?
Tommy Williams 06.
Tommy Williams 06 on Instagram. Tommy Williams 06 on Instagram. And that's about it, folks. So thank you very much. And let's move on with the show. We have our first guest coming up, Maurice Thompson. Thank you very much. So after this interview, after the introduction, now that I have you on, I want to say this is Maurice Thompson. He's with the Salver, and that's his special pronunciation, I know, and I want to hear you say it, and then I want to say, okay, that's the way you do it. So program, he's CEO, mentor, and so many other things. I'm glad that you're here, Maurice. It's been a great pleasure to have you. I know you were on the platform once before, one of my platforms, and it was great having you. He's come with so much information, and he's a real brother. So thank you very much. Give a round of applause for Maurice Thompson, please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to start off by just thanking you for allowing me to be on your platform. You know, it's definitely, I see you doing a good job, and it's a blessing of the things that you're doing. You know,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Super, man. So tell us with the intro, who you are, what you do.
Okay. Well, I am the founder and CEO of Salver Organization. Salver is an organization that takes inner city youth, and you know, we give them hope. The youth of Salver are multi-talented. We're here to like help them master their craft. You know, we're in the front line of the problem, you know, and this is crucial in the world today. You know, Salver Teen Talk Show is our first big project geared to giving young people a platform to express themselves, you know, with topics ranging from social issues, sports, entertainment, and business, just to name a few. Specializing in plays, though, speaking at school organizations and events. It's important for us to inspire the young people, you know, and our goal for Salver Teen Talk Show is to interview professionals, entertain, and interview entertainers, sports figures, while giving the young people a hands-on experience in newscasting, a chance to speak out and be inspired, by successful people. From all the diversified gifts and talents that make up Salver, we all are determined to bring awareness of the struggle and issues of today, and while collaborating through interviews and bringing together our up-and-coming stars, which, with legends of today. Not only are we motivated to stop anger unfolding the underlying problem, banishing violence, and educating academically as well as artistically Savere is geared to saving our future, saving our youth, and saving them from the stigma of failure and the lost causes amongst today's generation. Um, we are about redeeming their dreams and saving them one child at a time. So that's basically what that's all about. Savere. Savere also
Fantastic.
means, I'm sorry, Savere means stop anger, unfold violence, educate, and redeem. That's what Savere means.
All right. Yeah, very powerful, man. It's always nice when you have an acronym that spells it all, lays it all on the line for you. And that's super, man. It sounds like a wonderful and well thought out platform, and something that we definitely need to protect our present and also secure our future of the
That's a
globe,
fact.
because I think that what you're doing is definitely infectious. Um, so how long have you been in business, man?
Well, it's first started in 1983. 1983, I was in the movie Beat Street. Um, and I used to be a break dancer and stuff like that. And so at a young age, I was teaching karate, teaching, vocal training and stuff like that, and teaching swimming. At a young age, I tried to just help out the young people. And at 19, you know, kids do other things. I was helping out people. So I saw at that time in 1983, I saw a real need to get the kids off the street and get them focused on other things, other than the drugs and the dope and all that stuff that was going on out there. And I had good intentions.
Right,
And
right.
so now, and so we've grown to from another bad creation, which is called ABC2, and we switched in 2011, and we changed the name to Savere, Stop Anger, Unfold Violence, Educate, and Redeem.
Hmm,
Yeah,
how about that? That's heavy, man. And
yeah.
so you mentioned, signs of the time, things like that. And I know um, different times brought about different influences and things. And, another bad creation could be another bad creation, like bad is bad or bad is good. So what
We
was
try
the
to stay
bad?
good. We try to stay good.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but you
But
know what? Not all times are, I'm sure, easy. Have you ever come across some troubled times yourself? Through the ages, any dark times for yourself that caused you to say, this is good, something I speak from my heart, and things like that.
yeah, well, I mean, a couple of things. I mean, I've at a young age, when mentoring those kids in 1983, there was just a lot of things going on. Some kids didn't make it. Some kids died. Some kids got killed. Um, but that's what I mean. By died, they got killed. Uh, it was a struggle, but I was determined to give these kids a direction, to show them something different other than what was being shown in the streets. Um, yeah, that was my whole objective in the whole. Am I answering your question?
You certainly are, man.
Okay.
You certainly are. So you had a connection too with the kids. How about your youth? That you were in B Street, which was a great film. I remember seeing that plenty of times between uh, B Street and what was the other one? Fresh.
Yeah, there was Wild Style was the first one,
Wow, yeah,
and
Wild,
then
Wild
you
Style.
had the one with man, I forget his name. I only remember Beat Street because I was in it. So, but I mean,
Yeah, yeah. There were so many African,
but
so
yeah, but it's like back then it was a whole different time. Hip hop just started.
yeah.
I had the pleasure to be around and be a part of that. As a kid, I used to jump out the window and go down and run uh, to the club just to be a part of hip hop, to see the start of it. I was involved with graffiti, and it was a whole different world when back then. It was a
Yeah,
brotherhood.
that was the start of a culture too. It was a reckoning, an awakening, of
Yeah.
a brand new era, brand new age, man. So that's super. So now fast forward things, the kids now, I know you were telling me, and I want you to share with people that your latest thing, man. You advocate for a lot of kids that are out there now going through the judicial system and things like that. And you're quite instrumental on trying to help kids turn corners and sometimes even reaching out beyond their reach and getting a hold of people who might be able to influence making those changes, giving those kids a second chance. You want to tell us anything about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Xavier is a step up program, and when the
Yes.
kids come into the program, it starts at S, and that means stop. Okay, that means you've stopped and you're ready to make a change in your life. And the anger, A is anger, and that's the next step. And we try to deal with the anger that's inside the past, because that's the core of the problem. The core of the problem is a lot of the molestation, the abuse, so we get to the core of the problem, and then from there, we move on to the other letters. And as they finish the letters and they get to the last one, which is R, then they redeem themselves and they go on uh, to head into life and do what they have to do. Now, some of these kids sometimes don't, they get the knowledge, but you can give them the knowledge, but you can't make them drink the water. So there's some kids that I've dealt with that I had to go to court for. And I have one example now. I'm dealing with a young kid that was in New Jersey. Um, he went to the gas station, and he somehow the gas station attendant got upset with him because he felt like he took something, and he was looking for cigars or something like that. And then he went out to the car, and next thing you know, the guy jumped into his car, tried to take the key out, and the kid jumped on top of the guy's back and cut him on the neck, or somehow he got cut, and now he got charged with attempted murder.
Hmm.
So I had to write a letter because this kid has no criminal background. He's has no father, and I've been seeing him. I don't see anger, so I wrote the judge, and they released him. Yeah, that's
Wow.
just one thing that I've done. But it's continuous mentoring. I keep my phone open all the time. Any child that has a problem, I pick up the phone. And all of this stuff, it comes from my upbringing. I come from a family, as you know,
Yeah.
that has love for people, and my mother is definitely at the forefront of that, and she's taught me a lot. And my brother, which passed away in 2018, rest his soul, he was the actual technical person for Xavier. Okay, so when he passed away, I had to be the technical person. But you have to learn, and I'm doing it now. And now I have a show that I'm doing that's similar to Like It. Well, not similar to Like It Is, but the same concept of Like It Is, but now it's called Like It Really Is. And that show is going to be aired soon. And yeah, so basically, I don't know if I again answered your question. I sometimes go off on a tangent. You have to slow me down there.
Yeah, well, I think it's very important, and that's why I wanted to make this show. This is an exclusive show for us, man, for us to talk to about, and for those who don't recall or coming on a little late, this is my cousin Maurice right here, and
Yeah.
that's why this is a very, very impactful, very meaningful conversation. I am, folks. I told you I lost my mom in November, and everything I do and everything I've always done is for the betterment of the youth. Since I was a kid, I've always been involved with my fellow man, which were also kids. And then growing up, I've always taken a liking towards making sure that the future was secure. And I got that from my parents and from family members and things like that who are either educators or just people who are civil servants or just appreciative of what they have and just want to give and receive blessings. If you're there, then fine. And it's just, we're here on borrowed time, folks, and we just want to get on with the program, but we realize we can't do it without reaching out and making sure that everybody is okay. And that's what I was talking about earlier with regard to mental health. So everything goes full circle, you see, as we talk about the Saver group and program, you can't help but continuously think about mental health, everything that's involved, everything that Maurice has been speaking of is all about mental health. And although you might not be authorized or qualified, but you can still pull your sleeves up and be involved. And everybody is equipped to be a specialist. All it takes sometimes is a listening ear. All it takes is the giving of your heart and your time, and not that much. No, you weren't out on a tangent. We're out on a limb. We're not on a tangent. We're on a limb, and we're not alone. And this tree is strong, and we're gonna be all right because we got to save those robin's eggs from falling. you know and I think that you're into something right here, and I want to make sure that we definitely, with the Tommy Williams show, we definitely want to have you on repeatedly to keep us focused, and to keep us abreast to how your program and how like it really is coming along. And you sent me a press kit. This fellow is very, very talented. He speaks very well. He's equipped. He's Mr. Technology. I can only imagine what his brother was like with technology. If he says that he's just trying to grab hold and do what he can, then I've seen this guy has all kinds of cameras and systems and stuff in place. I thought he was going to pull them out now, and he said he didn't know it was that type of platform. So the next time, folks, I'm going to make sure that this guy is totally on board as well. We've talked about pushing forward and possibly having him, and I'm going to tell you on air right now, I'd like to have Maurice be my field correspondent for my YouTube. So now we have somebody. What borough are you in, brother?
I'm in Manhattan, and the funny thing about Manhattan, it's like what you were talking about, this mental health. People are pushing people on the trains now. There's a real big issue with mental health, and it's great that you are addressing these kind of situations because it's really people. I don't think people really know what's really going on. And being that I'm well, I'm not in the street, but my ears is to the streets, and I know exactly what's going on out here. And that's and it goes a little back further. I don't know if I'm talking too much right now, but let me just continue. There's a reason why I'm doing all of this. And when I was younger, I had a dream, and God gave me this thing to help out. But as sometimes when we are on a straight path, sometimes we go left. And my left was a struggle with drugs. And so one of the things that I asked God to do, in the last part of my addiction, is to, if you get me out of this situation, I'll continue to do your work. And that really is the spearhead, for my energy, to go to this level and try to help other people, because the blessings that you get, the feelings that you get for doing good, it's remarkable. It's something that's great. So I'm looking forward to doing something with you, and as far as being another part of your show, and show the real story of what's going on here.
It's necessary. It's necessary, man. So now listen. So as health, wellness, mental health, but overall the pandemic, because that's what we're dealing with now. What are the things looking like up there in Manhattan and the tri-state area with numbers and people getting their shot?
This is I've lived in New York all my life, and this is the worst that I've ever seen. Manhattan looks like the Bronx right now. It's well, now people are starting to come back, but it's ripped. Companies have moved on and moved out of Manhattan, and there's not a lot of good restaurants. There's a big change. There's people sleeping all over the place. The people that were on the trains, homeless, have come up to the surface, because they close the trains off at 1 o'clock, and they don't allow anybody to ride the trains from 1 to 5 in the morning. Now in New York City, that was the tourists come at they out at 2 and 3, and so when they cut that off and they kick the bums out of the trains, they come upstairs.
Yeah.
And they come upstairs with their drug addiction. They come upstairs
Yeah.
with their mental illness. They come up out of the trains with all this stuff, and now, we're seeing a lot of crime.
Yeah. That's amazing, man. It's amazingly negligent on behalf of the city, because that's a whole nother problem that and a whole nother population that's introduced to the surface. And from 1 to 5 in the morning, folks, you can imagine people who are going out, trying to get out and do their jobs. And desperate times call for desperate measures, and it's definitely desperate times right now. Because now, how about the shot? Is it open for everybody at this time up there, or is it open for general public? Are they still doing?
Yeah, the shot's open for everybody, now, and a lot of people are hesitant at this time. After the thing with the Johnson and Johnson, a lot of friends on the street, people are questioning a lot of things. They're talking about this. The vaccine is made with nanites, and they got little cameras in them, and they feel like they're gonna probably in some way they're gonna control their arm, or
Right.
we're gonna turn into cyborgs. So it's funny to hear these kind of conversations.
These
You
theories,
know,
right? The theorists.
yeah. So the trust factor is definitely, it's not, the trust factor is not there. You
Yeah.
know, People are thinking that the government it really has it out for us. They don't trust what they're given, and I understand it. I mean, if we look at all the systemic racism that's going on, and all of the killings of our of the black youth, I mean, it makes it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It does make it difficult, and also to have. I think what happened was there was a surge, like with anything else. There's going to be a rush to do something. As when you open a floodgate, you're going to have that initial spew, but then afterwards you realize, okay, that's all out. Now, why isn't the rest of this coming out? But it's because people are holding on to the interior of the can. They don't want to go out because those are the people who are just, caught in paradox. What it's going to take, I think, are the instrumentalists, and it's not going to be the scientists. It's going to be those people of notoriety, those people, popular people. It might be celebrities, it might be athletes, it might be politicians who aren't, deemed tainted and things that might have a strong hold on the people's decisions.
And I
They're
see
going to have to educate. It's going to have to educate people, and it's not going to just be it's not going to be the scientists, because the people don't understand. That's what the show's all about. People don't understand the numbers game and all the details about what's inside of this vaccine to make it work. They understand just the layman's, testimonies through people like yourself and myself, just
Right.
coming out and saying, I did the shot, wasn't that bad, a little pain. I feel like I'm a layer safer. I don't know what it's going to do years from now, but I took it in the, because I want to hold on to some sort of hope, and I feel like I'm doing better. That might be what people need to hear. It's always going to be people's choice. We're in a democracy. It is what it is. But I think, just to ensure our safety or the safety of the future, because this younger generation, they're so swayed. Look at the politics of what we came out of, the administration we came out of. A lot of people just went out to vote because it was the popular thing. Oh, I'm voting for Trump, and that's not. I'm not getting into politics. I'll just say that sometimes people do things without knowing. They just do because they said, and now I'm going to do, they said they said that, and a lot of times it's people of color who just kind of say, you know what, I'm not doing it, man, because you know what, it is just that, and history has shown that, it might not be the safest place for people of color over the course of the years here in the States. But we have to, but you know what? The bottom line is that it's open to everybody. This isn't a thing where it's prejudice towards, okay, well, only the whites are getting this kind of shot, the blacks are getting that shot. It's open. We're all of flesh and blood. We're going out there, and this is what's proven, says the doctors. We've seen what we have without the vaccine. We've had numbers, we've had body bags, we've had trailers full of dead people in New York. We've had lots of stuff, lots of chaos down in Florida, and lots of fear. So now and you know what? And the reality is there's been a decrease in all that craziness and chaos and death toll since the introduction of this vaccine. So,
right.
Where we go moving forward, what's going to happen moving forward, time will tell. But so far, it appears that it's helping, not hurting. So that's one thing. Did you get vaccinated?
That's funny that you said that because
I'm saying all this stuff. You might be.
okay, so here's the situation. I'm from Yonkers. I used to live in Yonkers, and I mentored people like DMX, the Locks. I'm very good friends with Jadakiss. They used to break dance when they were younger, and I used to teach them, and I mentored them when they were younger. And so I'm gonna get to that point there. DMX is having his funeral this Sunday, and I got an invitation from the family, so I'm going to be going out there. But the thing is, you have to have a COVID test. So I got my COVID test today. I was supposed to get my shot today, but I think I backed out because I talked to somebody yesterday, and we were having this discussion on our little platform, like it really is, with Bamboo and Friends, that that's going to be coming out soon. We were having this conversation. We were talking about the nanites that are in this thing, and they were telling me all of these conspiracy theories and stuff like that, and I was like, oh man, here we go, this is not the kind of thing you need to listen to when it's time for you to go get a shot, and so it totally, when it was time, I was in the doctor's office just trying to find a doctor to tell me what nanites was, and nobody was telling me, but my doctor gave me a letter. She actually, let me just get this here. She gave me a letter here, and this letter tells me everything that's in the Pfizer and the Moderna. And so I'm going to take a look at this, and I already set my appointment for Wednesday, and I'm going to go for it. I have to protect my family. You know what I mean? My kids, they have no kind of control coming up in my face, going all in my face, and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, kids, can you back up? Can you give me 2 feet, 3 feet at least? Because I don't know where they've been, and I have preconditions, so that worries me. So, and then I had a lot of friends that died from COVID. And that's another thing that makes me say, you know what, maybe I should. Did you?
Yes. My wife and I both got vaccinated. We did the Pfizer shot. We're about 3 weeks in now, and I feel great.
Okay, well, all right. Well, I guess
I was now in the beginning. I felt like everybody else. I said when I first heard they had a vaccine, my first thing was to get Mikey. Now I'm not gonna try it. You try it. Let's get Mikey, and let's see how he makes out. Let's see how many ears and how many noses he grows, and then I'll be able to tell you if I want to take a shot. But you know what?
Let me ask you one question. I don't mean to cut you off. When you took the shot, and when you was during the time of taking the shot, did you feel like your arms moving without Did you feel?
No, I didn't feel any type of control over me. There was nothing. There was just
like you was turning into a cyborg or anything like that?
It was me going in. It was me coming out, and it's me here telling you that there's no fear, brother.
No fear, right?
No, I got an acronym for you. Fear is nothing more than false evidence that appears real. You
That's it.
know,
That's it.
so there you have it, man. So I think the shot is all we got. So
Yeah.
I think when Wednesday comes, you need to be the first one in line. Matter of fact, call them and see if you can get that thing pushed up, man. Because there might be somebody coughing in your face, and it's not it'd be out the race, man. Tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah.
You need to
That's
go out
that's
there and get that shot, man. It's not a game.
yeah.
Yeah, you want to do your due diligence for yourself and your family, but time doesn't wait for anybody. So I think that to be forewarned is to be forearmed, and we need you on the front line with this program, with all that you do, and your family needs you as well. So you need to make that happen and make it to that funeral, man. Don't let them turn you away at the door.
Yeah, that's
And
a fact. I'm probably, like I said, I got cold feet for a real quick moment,
yeah,
and and it's granted. I mean, everybody goes through it probably, but
hey man, don't talk to anybody about it.
yeah,
Lock
I'm gonna shut
yourself
off my
inside your
phone.
head.
I'm gonna
That's
shut off
it.
my, huh?
Lock yourself inside your head, man. You know,
Yeah,
and just do what you feel. You know what you need to do, and you know why you need to do it. You know.
yeah. Well, speaking of head, let me just address something. You see this lump on my head, right?
Yes.
Well, at Savere, we're about helping people, and sometimes, we get caught in the middle of things. Well, I also help young people, not young people, but a little older people with, relationships and stuff like this. There was a domestic violence situation that went on with a husband and the brother of the wife, and I've always mentored them and said, tried to show them the right way to go. And the brother got mad with the husband, and I got caught in the middle. And he picked up a pool stick, tried to swing it on the guy.
Oh
And
man.
I told him, listen, don't hit him. I got a head. You can hit me. So, yeah, that's how I got this nice little shine over here.
Oh man.
And so now I have to go get it reconstructed. And so, yeah, I just wanted to just speak on that because I know people say, "Well, what the heck is that on his head? Is that a nut?" Yeah, but yeah, that's just yeah.
Yeah. You know what, man? It wouldn't have noticed unless you said something. I thought it could be the lighting or whatever have you. But
Nah,
yeah, man. Well,
yeah, it's
man.
all good.
Sometimes you get caught in the crossfire. You
Listen, let
know.
me tell you something.
You're a
I've
good man.
yeah, trying to help out. That's one thing that's important. When you're trying to help somebody out, you got to be careful of that you might get caught in a situation. So
Yeah.
yeah, that could be
That,
a
that,
problem.
that's right, man. Well, get that shot. And
Yeah.
it's so nice to have you on the platform, man. We're glad we had a chance to get on and have this conversation. I think we've covered quite a bit. Last thing I want you to do is leave people with your information so we know how to reach out to you and support you.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, well, you can contact me on, I think it's Instagram at the real Xavier. I'm sorry, the best of Xavier. And on Twitter, it's Xavier_org. Or you can go on Facebook at Xavier Maurice, and you can, join in. Also, our new talk show, which is Like It Really Is with Bamboo and Friends. Um, that's going to be coming out. So just you can Google that, or you can go to my Facebook page, Xavier Maurice, and check that out. And basically that's it. I'm a one-man show right now, trying to make it work.
Fantastic. So we'll make sure we put all that in the credits and whatnot as well, because Saver. So they're gonna have to be able to spell that. And also there was quite a lot of links, so I want to make sure that they have that as well. So I will make sure to get that to the producers so we can have that up in the text. All right. So it was great having you on, man, for this conversation. You've been fantastic.
It
And
was great being here.
you do some entertaining as well, because I remember you sing. And you have
Yeah,
quite a voice. And so
yeah,
I'd like to have you how about acapella, man? Do you do any acapella? Because I'm gonna have you come on another platform and
yeah.
maybe
No,
here.
I have no problems with that. I've been singing all my life, and
I
I
know.
actually sung background with Casey and JoJo and Dave Hollister and Case when they were doing that tour, I think in 2001. Yeah, and I did a rap record in 1983. So Yeah, I do. Mainly, I was doing singing in church. That's where I used to do a lot of my singing, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Fantastic. So listen, man. So thanks a bunch for coming on. My mind's already spinning. I'm like, dog, I wish we had some more time. I have you blow, man, because I know when I came down, family was down at the AC. I remember you blew at the at I think it was on Gladys's birthday party, and or someone's birthday party.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so yeah, man, quite talented, man. I appreciate you coming on. We'll have plenty of conversation on the outside, and I'm definitely gonna have you back in, man. You're a friend of the show. You're a good cousin. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. And
Listen,
get that shot. Make us all
great to be
proud,
here.
man. We need you, Maurice.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
And next time, maybe get a construction hat. When you go in there trying to, break up the squabble. We need.
Listen, if anybody's having any problems out there and they need somebody's head to bash in, come give me a call. 646-965-2222. I'll gladly let you use my head.
Well, thank you so much, man. All the best to you.
Same here. You take care.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
Love you, cuz.
Love you too, man.
All right.
All right, folks. So there we have it. My cousin, Maurice Thompson. One-man show. That's what he says. But you know what? No man really is an island. I wouldn't dare let him try to do it all by himself. And that's why he's on my platform tonight. He's a good man. He needs our support. He definitely has a great heart. And he's out there trying to do the best he can for those kids in New York City. So please reach out. You have his information and support him and what he's doing, please. Thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this episode number 21. Very important episode right here. Very important topics all the time on the Tommy Williams Show. Look forward to seeing you next time, folks. Take care. God bless and stay safe. Thank you, folks. Bye-bye.
Now, glutathione is a big word, but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong. Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance. Cognitive function. Powerful liver support. Energy. Helps blood sugar regulation. Superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the marketplace.